Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into The Demiurge's Code, a sci-fi novel that's packed with secrets about a post-apocalyptic world. Secrets that are buried way deeper than any old ruins.
You know, this quote from Umberto Eco, it absolutely nails the vibe of this story. We're talking about a world where ancient, powerful artifacts are just mistaken for junk, where what sounds like a fairy tale is actually the language of the gods, and where knowing too much can get you killed.
All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get the lay of the land, this broken world and the mystery at its center. Then we'll dig into the secret deals and the massive deception that's going on. And finally, we'll uncover our hero's real backstory and see how it all leads to a mad dash for the Demiurge's Code.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in a city called Locria. It's basically one of the last little sparks of humanity left after everything went wrong. Wars, plagues, you name it. The world is now crawling with these terrifying mutants.
So you have to imagine, life here is just this constant, brutal struggle. Society's kind of gone backwards, it's almost feudal, run by a new upper class. And the only way they survive is by sending people out into the dangerous wilds to scavenge for old tech and resources. And this is where our hero, Tin Takeo, steps in, and the real mystery begins. He manages to drag this enormous 2-ton cube back to the city, and nobody has a clue what it is. But Tin, he's got this gut feeling. He knows it's not just a machine, it's a lock. The big question is, a lock to what?
Of course, a discovery this big, this weird, it's not going to stay secret for long. It puts Tin right in the crosshairs of the city's most powerful people, and that forces him into an alliance that is just dripping with secrets. So, in walks Mia Taylor. She's sharp, she's manipulative, and she just so happens to be Tin's ex. She basically corners him and says, "I'm funding an expedition to the Western Caves, and you're coming." And it's not really a choice, because she then reveals she knows his biggest secret, that he can somehow talk to the mutants. That's how he got the cube back. So yeah, he's got no choice but to go along with it. Now, to really get what's at stake on this mission, we have to pull the curtain all the way back. We need to look into the past of Mia's grandmother, Kaishe, because she's the one really pulling the strings from the shadows. So decades ago, as the world was literally falling apart, Kaishe's dying father gave her one last mission: find a being named Arkan. After years of fighting for survival and clawing her way to power, she actually does it. She makes contact. And what Arkan tells her? Well, it completely shatters her entire worldview. And here it is, the bombshell. Arkan tells her that their planet, their whole reality, it's not real. It's a reservation, an artificial world, basically a giant terrarium, created by cosmic beings like him to study intelligent life. Think about that for a second. The wars, the mutants, their whole fight for survival, it's all just one big experiment being watched. And that is the story's first huge twist. From humanity's perspective, this is life or death. But from Arkan's point of view, they're just subjects in his cosmic lab. And honestly, the experiment is going pretty badly. Arkan then explains that one of his rivals, another one of these cosmic beings, has hidden the ultimate power source inside their little world, the Demiurge's Code. This isn't just a password, it's the source code of reality. It's a language that lets you literally rewrite physics, and Arkan wants it back, and he's decided Kaishe is the perfect pawn to go get it for him. But here's the thing about this cosmic game. It's got more than one side. Arkan and Kaishe are not the only players on the board. To get the full picture, we have to go back to Tin and find out what really happened to him in the past.
It turns out, on a previous mission where Tin was left for dead, his survival wasn't a miracle. He was found and saved by none other than Kami, who just happens to be Arkan's rival. But she's not some evil villain. She thinks Arkan is a control freak and that humanity deserves a real shot, not just to be some cosmic science fair project. So to save his life, Kami gave Tin a transfusion of her own blood, which totally rewired his DNA. This is the real source of all his strange gifts. He can heal from anything, see in the dark, and, most importantly, he can understand and even command the mutants. They're not monsters. They're the Alta, Kami's people. And now, Tin speaks their language. So remember that weird elvish epos he supposedly discovered? That script that all the academics just laughed at? Well, it turns out it was the written language of Kami's people.
He wasn't just some lucky guy who found a cool rock. He was now a secret agent for a cosmic entity, armed with the literal key to her entire language.
Which brings us right back to that 2-ton cube. It wasn't a random artifact at all. It was a highly advanced generator that Alchemy gave to Tin. His real mission was to sneak it inside La Cria and turn it on, creating a wall of silence that would block Archon's psychic influence on everyone in the city. His discovery was actually the first move in a secret war.
And that brings all the threads together. The chessboard is set, the pieces are moving, and everybody is now racing toward the exact same spot for completely different reasons.
So on one side, you've got Kaishe and her granddaughter Mia, who are unknowingly working for Archon to get their hands on the Demiurge's code. And on the other side, you've got Tin, secretly working for Alchemy to protect that very same code. Two factions, both being played by beings they can't even comprehend, are about to crash right into each other.
So this whole mission to the Western Caves, it's a lie. It's a cover story. Mia thinks she's on a secret job for her grandmother to lock down their family's power. But Tin knows the real stakes. He's on a counter mission to stop them and to protect humanity's future from beings who see them as nothing more than pieces in a game.
All of this leaves us with one final, fascinating question to chew on. When you're just a pawn in a game between gods, can a human ever truly change the rules, or are we all just playing out a destiny that was written for us?